Hi, Lindsay here, and this is my review for Eden. This was another screen unseen or unseen screen thing that I went to at the AMC theater here in town. Again, for those of you that don't know, they don't tell you the name of the movie. All you know is what it's rated and how long it is. That's it. You don't know what the movie is until it starts playing and the title screen comes on. This movie is very interesting because it's based on a true story. Or at least what people said happened there who were there. There's some discrepancies and some differing accounts of what actually happened. But this is the story. It takes place back in the early 1930s on the Galapagos Islands, a specific one of the Galapagos Islands called Floriana. And what the story is essentially is these people read about this doctor and his partner, female partner, that are living on the island, extremely primitive, you know, no running water, no nothing. They're just roughing it out on one of the Galapagos Islands. No infrastructure on this place. They are in the wilderness completely. Then another couple arrives with their son, and then this Baroness lady arrives with her fucking entourage. And not everyone is happy about this. That's essentially the story. And I'm aware of this story. I read the story years ago because I went to the Galapagos Islands back when I was in college, and they're fucking incredible. I understand the draw. People thought this place was paradise, and they thought if they went there, that they would experience paradise. My philosophy on this is, if you bring yourself, then it's no longer paradise. Because you're introducing something foreign into the paradise that disrupts the paradise, and that is you, because you don't belong there. But these people that arrive have this very idyllic vision of what this is going to be, and soon have a very rude awakening. And they don't like each other, and there's backstabbing and lies and games and murder. And I knew that they were making a movie about this, so I was very excited for it, but there wasn't a lot of press about it, so I didn't know when it was coming out. I didn't know if it already came out or if it was still in production. I had no idea. So I was very happy when I sat down, and this is the movie that started playing. And also, the people in it are a big draw. It stars Jude Law, Ana de Armas, Sydney Sweeney, the chick that's playing Sue Storm right now in the Fantastic Four, Vanessa Kirby, I think her name is. I'm not super familiar with a lot of her stuff, but I'm pretty sure her name's Vanessa Kirby. The guy who played Frederick Zoller in The Inglourious Bastards, that guy. It's also directed by Ron Howard, and he also co-wrote it. And the music is by Hans Zimmer. So just on paper, this is stacking up to be an amazing film. Now, that being said, I loved this movie. I had a blast watching this movie. It is not a perfect film by any means. It has some really, really great moments, and it has some really, really bad moments. The story on its own is compelling enough to keep your attention, but the little things that happen are just fucking insane in this movie. And these are not spoilers. If you don't want to know anything else about this movie, then skip to this time code. But these are not spoilers. These are just things in the movie. Jude Law has no teeth, so he's just walking around gumming it through the whole movie. He does have metal dentures that he puts in to eat, but no. Other than that, he's all gums. Vanessa Kirby, they keep having to pull flies out of her leg, and she has some other issues going on. Sydney Sweeney gives birth while being attacked by wild dogs. Ana de Armas plays this character who I absolutely fell in love with, named the Baroness, and she's fucking out of her mind. And Ana de Armas is so good in this. She gave my favorite performance out of anybody. She's really good in this, and she really nailed that character. But beyond what happens in this movie, we also have to talk about the accents, because Sydney Sweeney is married to Frederick Zoller from Inglourious Bastards. and they're German. And so is Jude Law's character and Vanessa Kirby's character. And most of them do the German accent pretty well. Sydney Sweeney, however, it comes and goes. She's doing her damnedest. Sydney Sweeney does fine in this movie, but the accent's a little... But for the most part, she does... When she does pull it off, she pulls it off pretty well. When she pulls it off. But what I really want to highlight with the accents is Ana de Armas. She fucking nailed this character so well, because this character she's a bit of a liar. She's a bit of a con artist, a bit. So her accent goes from French to English to New York. I mean, and she blends those accents up. This stew of accents, this concoction of accents from this crazy woman who is trying to put on these airs, and she pulls it off flawlessly. Because at first you're like, oh, is she not doing a great accent? But then you're like, well, where's this lady supposed to be from? And then as things unfold, you're like, oh, I get it. I get it. And she does it so well. She does it so well. I was blown away by Ana de Armas's performance in this movie. She does so good. But the biggest reason I had so much fun watching this beyond the performances is just the crazy shit that happens, and Jude Law's character and Vanessa Kirby's character, they want to be there alone. They were happy there by themselves because they're trying to prove something. He's writing a book. He's a doctor. They got a thing going on that they're trying to do. And everyone else showing up is just ruining that for them. And just the change that each character goes through from the beginning of arriving on the island to the end is done very well and showcased very well, where they think they're going to be one way or want to be a certain way on this island, but nature and other circumstances make them change into something that they didn't want to be. It's very interesting. It's very interesting how the character arcs work. But this is a bizarre movie. It gets weird, it gets awkward, it gets crazy. There's sex all the time. There's nudity. Yes, there's titties. But I can't wait to see this one again. I think it was released this weekend into theaters. It's not playing here in the two theaters that I have in town. So I'll probably have to wait for it to come to streaming, or hopefully there's a physical media release, because I will buy it. I had a blast watching this movie. There's tons of problems with it. There's tons of stuff it did really, really right, but it was such an entertaining movie. And there was so much crazy stuff and so many interesting things going on. And the fact that I knew the true story, or was aware of the true story that happened, and that I've been to the fucking Galapagos Islands. So I have that connection as well. They didn't shoot in Galapagos, they shot in Australia, because you can't shoot anything where it's supposed to take place anymore. Anyways, I highly recommend this movie. If you see this movie in your local theater, I highly recommend going and seeing it. It's just over 2 hours, so it's not some long slog, but the way this movie builds up and little through lines, and just how awful people can be to one another when they think they've been slighted. It's an interesting little microcosm kind of thing going on in this movie. It's very interesting. I think I've said that about 7 times now. But those are my thoughts on Eden. I highly recommend it. If you have a chance to watch this movie, do it. But that's gonna do it for this little review. So until next time, this is Lindsay signing off. I'll check you later.